What is happening, everybody? I hope you're having a great weekend. It's Saturday, and I figured I'd give this a shot. I figured, hey, why not? So, the big thing about tonight is I have a few topics I want to talk about. I've been in conversations for the past 2 weeks, maybe, with several people, and I got asked to do some videos. Well, with the schedule right now, I don't have time to sit down and do full on length videos. So I was like, let's do a live stream, you know? So these topics are awesome. I'm going to cover some safety. I'm going to cover some performance. I'm going to cover stunt, and we're going to group it all together because we got a lot of new people coming into the industry or to a new style, and they just want to talk about it. So have my opinions that I want to, you know, throw out there, but it's all opinions. So this live stream is going to be a little bit different. First half, I'm going to call it the ride. We're going to go on a ride together. We're going to discuss a few little things. Then after that, I'm going to bring you some of you guys on. I have some questions that go along with the topic, and I'd love for you to put your experience and your opinion to it. I think it would be a great thing. That way, people can see different points of view and what's going on. So, hope everybody's having a great Saturday. We've been lucky so far with the weather. It kind of broke up. It hasn't been bad here, but they're saying later tonight it's going to get bad. It's going to get downright whatever. So, all right. I just want to kick into this. We're going to get into the topics, and we're going to do our thing. So, let's ride. Dun, dun. First up, we got this has been a big topic, you guys, especially with some new people and with some experienced riders. So, our first topic here, we are going to talk about hand signals. Hand signals is a big thing, especially when you're group riding or you're riding around other riders. These hand signals are more than just gestures, all right? These hand signals are a form of communication that helps everybody stay safe, stay connected, navigate everything. So, so as a rider, we're all part of this unique community. The hand signals serve as the universal language among us. They transcend barriers like noise, distance, even our helmet visors, visibility. By using these signals effectively, we can ensure that the communications with fellow riders, with each other in the group, enhances the safety for everyone on the road. All right, so let's let's talk about some basic stuff. All right, let's talk about the basic stuff here. So basics is, a left turn. You stick your arm out. We're going left. Go in that direction. Left turn. Boom. Quite simple. All right. Very quite simple. All right. So you're going to make a right turn. Dude, that's even easier. We're just going boom. I don't know if you can see it, but, boom, right there. Right turn. Right turn right there. All right. So, we're going to make a stop. You stop, you extend your arm down, put your palm face backwards. Hey, I'm stopping. Let that person behind you. We're going to stop. All right. So the next one's hazards, and this is where the proper way is actually to point at the hazard on your left hand side, and to use your foot to point on the right hand side. All right. But a lot of us just use your feet, point either direction, which is still acceptable. Um, Now, there's a couple others that was in a conversation because some of us come from the military background, and one of them is gas. So, from the crew chief where we come from, gas, when you gas the plane, boom, we're gassing. But on a motorcycle, you're pointing at your tank. But this could also mean I need to take a piss. So either way, point at the tank, we're pulling over. All right. And another hand signal that we use in the groups I rode in and things of that sort is the old little wavy. Um, I don't know if you guys use it. We always use the little wavy, which means there's like loose material, rock, sand, gravel, loose. We need to slow down. Um, that's also another one. When somebody pumps down, that means we're going to slow down, or you slow down, and other way means speed up. Another one in the group that I use, because I was taught in another group, is when somebody does this. When you clap your fingers, especially if a tail gunner runs up next to you and he starts going like this, that means close the gap. A lot of you guys be like, well, close the gap. That means you're getting closer to them. No, not always. It means sometimes your spacing is really too far apart, which would allow a car get into the group. So we want you to close it up a little bit. That way it's harder for the cars to get into the group. So those are the few hand signals that we've talked about. I know a lot of you probably already know them. Some of you might learn a few different ones. The biggest thing is before a group ride, your road captain or the guy leading the ride needs to have a safety meeting and talk and go over, hey, these are my hand signals. You don't want to be a leader out there just arms are flailing, pointing, and everybody in the back is like, what in the world is going on? Just things are going crazy. So, but like I said, later on, I want to bring a few of you on. I got a few questions. We'll get your opinion on hand signals. What have you experienced? Maybe a few more hand signals that you guys want to talk about. Things like that. So with the hand signals, also, like I've said a few. Maybe there's some people in here like you might be wondering, why rely on hand signals, right? Especially when we have modern comms, phones, touch free, touch screen, all this stuff. Well, the answer is simple. All that stuff's actually distractions. All right. Riding a motorcycle requires full attention. So taking your hands off the handlebars to use a phone or touch or anything like that could lead to accidents. Hand signals allow us to communicate without compromising our focus on the road. So that's why you really always need to learn your hand signals. That's why you need to always be in the same mindset with the people you're riding with. So the hand signals and everything's communicated clearly, right? Super clearly. But remember, like any language, proficiency comes with practice. So spend time rehearsing these signals before you ride. So they become second nature. You're not thinking, and don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to educate yourself and fellow riders who might not be familiar with these hand signals, because it's all about promoting safety and the unity on the road. All right, that's straight up it. So that's just a little bit of the hand signals. Like I said, later on, we'll have more people on here. We'll discuss a little more depth. So there you have it, a glimpse in the world of motorcycle hand signals. From left turns to hazards, these simple gestures play a pivotal role in assuming the smooth ride and safe roads for everybody. All right. So it's that simple. Hopefully get you guys in the chat talking a little bit, because like I said, it's been in several conversations this week with different people. I just wanted to touch base on it, go over the simple stuff, and go over what everybody else might see, stuff like that. All right, so let's move on in this ride to another topic I want to touch. And this next topic is near and dear to my heart, because, dude, it it plays probably the biggest role in riding a motorcycle. And this is going to be safety gear. All right. So when it comes to riding motorcycles, being stylish is cool, but being safe is absolutely way crucial than always being cool. All right. So, we all know the helmets are the iconic symbol of a rider safety. We got turtle shells, we got full faces, we got the modular. All right. But there's so much to consider when getting a helmet. All right. Because proper safety gear is like your suit of armor that always shields you from the elements and potential dangers on the road. All right. So let's break it down. First and foremost, helmets. All right. They're just not a legal requirement for many places. They're your best defense against head injuries, and make sure your helmet meets safety standards. All right. So let me see here. Let me see. I have these, and on the back of these, you always have your little DOT, always stickers. Don't do what I did. Mine's covered. That one's covered up with my own channel sticker. Let's see here if I can pull another one out. Right there. There you go. All right. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yep, there we go. Your DOT sticker. I'll always make sure that your helmet's not one of those novelty helmets that it actually gives you the proper safety, the proper protection. Because I know a lot of people wear these novelty helmets, um, and then you want to say, why do people not ride with helmets? I mean, same thing. You ride with a novelty helmet, you might as not well have one on because it's going to give you the same protection. You know. All right, going back to the safety gear here. Um, so the helmets are just the beginning of your safety ensemble. All right. You also gotta have jackets. See, some of these jackets, like this one, some of these jackets they have the armor inserts, like in the elbows, in the pat backs, whatever, that absorb impact. Protect your joint areas. And so when you're looking for or shopping for a jacket, they even make these in little lightweight. Always look for the CE rated armor, as it meets the stringent safety codes. Um, I know it's kind of funny. I'm talking on this. You guys are probably like, ha ha, hell is this talking about safety? Uh, so you guys see a little bit. So when the things I do come down, when we do real crazy things, we actually do a lot of safety. A lot of safety. You know, um, gloves, of course, pants. I know there's a video running around of me in shorts and flip flops doing burnouts, but I did not ride anywhere. I just got on it, did my burnout. Um, Definitely don't want to do open toe. Let me show you here. Let me show you because this little video I made right here. I mean, it's going to show you. It's going to show you when you don't have the proper gear. This guy right here, he has the proper gear. He's got his jacket, he's got his pants, he's got his helmet, he's got his gloves. Dude, yep, that's going to hurt, but it's also going to save you. You know, it's going to save you. You, sometimes with a lot of these racers, it's full suits, full leather suits. There's a reason people wear leather. It survives. It can take a beating, it can take a tear. So you know, think about it. Think about when you're riding. They always say dress for the slide, not the ride. The second part of this video here is going to really show you what I'm talking about. I'm glad I found the clip because, boy, new riders need to see this clip when you're out there being a squid. Just watch this. Watch this is what we call a squid. But typical tennis shoes, normal jeans, normal shirt. Oh yeah, you're gonna feel that in the hospital when they're taking a little wire brush and cleaning it all up. You know, clean that out, scrape all that road grime out, all the rocks. Oh, you are going to definitely feel that. So that's why you need the proper pants, the proper boots or shoes, because they make some great shoes nowadays that are comfortable and they will hold up to the slide. They make great lightweight shirts to wear, along with, as you see, the jackets over there. Gloves. Well, I'm not saying any type of gloves. Get you some riding gloves. Pay a little bit extra money. Make it work. And when you come to a helmet, don't cheap out on the helmet. Okay, guys? Don't cheap out on that helmet. Because, I mean, I understand you need a helmet, especially if you're starting out. Need a helmet. Get a helmet. Make sure it's DOT approved. Save your money and then get you a better helmet. That better helmet is going to do you a lot of good in the long run. Because one, weight, better protection, better made, and of course, it's going to be cool. Usually a little bit more expensive, it's a little cooler. All right. All right, man. That was another conversation this week. Safety gear. Had some new riders talking to me about it. Um, I gave them the gamut. And of course, they're straight to the cheap stuff. And I'm like, pump the brakes there. Let's talk about this. Sometimes cheap is not the best. So, you know, that's why I said it's close to my heart. Dude, because there's only two types of riders: guys that either went down or guys that are going down. You're only going to be one of two riders. And it seems like the guys that have went down understand a lot better than the guys that are going down. So don't be a squid. Spend the money. Make sure you have the proper riding gear and go on. All right. So let's keep this journey a rolling, man. And now we're going to shift gears. We're going to twist the throttle and we are going to crack it because we're going into the realm that I love. And my next up is mastering performance baggers. So, in this segment right here, we're driving right into the exhilarating world of mastering your bagger. So, if you're the rider that craves extra kick of power, a thrill, this segment's going to be for you. Because when we talk about performance baggers, we're talking about more than just cruising. We're talking about taking your ride to the next level and pushing the boundaries and experience the road in an entirely new way. All right? People think we're crazy. Well, I'm telling you, we push the boundaries. We push and we push. We make stuff better. So, how do you go mastering these beasts? Well, it starts under the hood, man. It starts under the hood. Get down there, you get into the engine performance. You increase the horsepower, you increase the torque, especially with all these awesome aftermarket air filters, exhaust systems, tuners, cams, heads, uh, cylinder kits. You know, you do all of that, man. We're doing it every day. We're making stuff better. And in return, it actually makes your stock motorcycle better because the stuff we figure out how to do, they're putting it into a factory stock motorcycle, right? It all starts with the performance guys. They figure out something, and then next thing you know, New Year comes out. Oh, we got a M8 107. Hang on. We're going back to a single cam. All right. Performance guys, they play with it. They make more power out of it. Next year, holy crap, here comes a 114. So on and so on and so on to where now we're at a 121 variable valve timing. Crazy. Usually the technology comes out of your performance guys in your aftermarket because they're always pushing those boundaries to get the most out of their motorcycles and ride on that edge where a lot of people don't ride, but boy, they want to have it. You know? So not only do you do your engine stuff, give it a little more power, better throttle response, a little more top end, a little more takeoff. We can't forget, man. You gotta have better suspension. You do all that with factory suspension, your bike's gonna ride like dog shit. You get the old wiggle waggle wobble, or you get the old pogo stick, or the seesaw back and forth, twisting and turning, because your factory suspension cannot handle all that power and how hard you're actually putting the bike into the turns, or bringing the bike out of the turns, or launching the bike. You know, the big thing right here. It blows my mind how many people go in, spend tens of thousands of dollars, put all this power in their bike, don't change this part. Like, this part is going to make the most drastic difference in your riding. It'll even take your little stage two and make it ride like a completely different bike. It will handle better. It will launch better. It will do all kinds of stuff better. Suspension. But hang on. It's not just performance, it's safety. This part is safety too. All right. People don't realize. So think about it. Factory suspension, real soft, real squishy. Right? You go to stop. What's it want to do? Oh, it wants a freaking nosedive and twist on you. Aftermarket, they both work together. You come into a control stop. No twists, no turns, no nothing. Right? Control. Everything's controlled. You go into a turn. You have to do a drastic move. You're in a turn. Well, factory suspension, anything you do, that's going to throw it out. And they say, you know, that bike's just a kicking and a bucking and a wobbling. This right here keeps you from doing that. Everybody's like, but you sell them, you install them. Yeah, I do, because I know how valuable this part right here is for your safety and, of course, performance, because we love going fast. You know, it's that simple. That simple. It, like I said, it's one of the biggest things that gets overlooked when everybody's doing upgrades, right? So, talking about suspension, another one that gets overlooked a lot. You can't forget about enhancing your brakes. All right. So when you're accelerating to a high speeds, you need a braking system that can bring you to a safe stop quickly and effectively. All right. So if you got factory on there, dude, you're going to grab it and it's just going down. All right. Or you need to make a maneuver. You hit your brake, it's so spongy or it's slow and reacting. You're going to do all of these steps. Once again, people forget about the safety aspect. Changing your brakes, upgrade those rotors, upgrade those pads, calipers, all that stuff. All of these aspects work together to make your ride the best, to make your ride the safest. I know we're idiots. I know we ride fast. We do crazy stuff, but there is a method to our madness. And as much as we take risks, we have to do everything we can to be as safe with our risk. All right. You know? So you do all of that and you go out. Well, it's essential to you to remember, understand your bike's limits and your own riding capabilities. Don't go all out on the first open road until you've practiced and become comfortable with your bike and with the changes that you've made with that bike. People come in, we tell them, dude, please take it easy. You can rip on a little bit, but don't rip on very long. Just keep working your way, because once again, it's a completely new bike. So you got to crawl before you walk. You got to walk before you run. You got to run. You get it. Everybody's hurts. You get it, right? So, always remember, mastering performance bikers isn't just about the hardware. It's about your skills as a rider. So take the time to improve your riding techniques and become one with your machine. It's that simple. That simple. That's all I got to say about that. Once again, this was a topic of conversation this week. I had 2 different conversations because people were getting into it, and I had to explain to them sometimes it's better to take the budget and split it up into 3 things, not 1. So, all right. I hope you guys are enjoying this, because I put a lot of hard work in this tonight. Plus, I wanted to see your beautiful faces over there in the chat room, And since we're talking about performance, before we go on to the next segment of this ride, I'd like to play a commercial from one of our sponsors.
Here, OF Performance Speed and Development. This is the world headquarters for OF Performance Parts. What is going to be super cool about this place is this is where we're doing all of our R&D, our testing, our tuning, our building, the whole 9 yards. But the most important part is building you guys badass bikes. So not only are we going to get to build you guys some really nice bikes, big horsepower, big torque, you want it, we can do it, but we're also going to develop this up for you. Let's take a look over here. So if you guys look over into the corner here, this is our OF Performance. These are some of our parts so far we have out. We are getting ready to release some more, so make sure you stay tuned to that. But let's go take a look at what's going on in the back. All right, guys, check it out. This is where the magic happens. This is the background. Right here, we got a Sportster up on the lift. We are getting ready. This thing's gonna be absolutely sick. Sent off the heads to Revolution. Got a 1250 kit coming for it. Chain drive. Of course, a set of T-bars, risers, bars, whatever you guys want to call them. I know. I'll call it club style still, so y'all can be mad what you want. But this thing is gonna get everything from some Lindell wheels, Sawicki pipe, and a badass motor. If you're watching the YouTube channel down below, you guys, you'll be able to see this. Let's go over here and check out this other cool one. So this is the other one we're working on too. Right here, nice 2020 Street Glide, but this is a 131 kit. Now, we took that 131, we tore it down, and we threw in a Revolution Performance welded and balanced crank, eliminate the balancer altogether, throw in some stage 3 heads, and a 554 cam. Let's project out what that's gonna make. But not only that, this beautiful silver bike is gonna have blue wheels, blue floorboards, and gold bolt accents with a chain drive. gold chain drive on top of that. So make sure you guys are following it. Come down here and visit us, 1096 North US Highway 1, Ormond Beach, right across the street from the Beaver Bar. This is the spot for Bike Week, Biketoberfest, and if you're not here, you're missing out. So watch for the grand opening. Everything's coming soon. Follow the channel below. Talk to you guys later.
That's right. It's, you know, it's one of those things, dude. One of those things. Uh-oh. What happened? Uh-oh. Hopefully you guys can still see me. I don't know what happened with that. Something went wrong. Something went haywire. Let's see here. Shoot. Shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot, man. I do one thing and it goes crazy. I'm on a show. Man, she come in here, I'm on a show. Let's see if I can get back. Nope. Not going to get back. Daggone. Daggone. Give me 1 second. Having a little thing. Oh, we were doing so good. We were doing so good. Well, I guess that means I'll leave the last segment up for another live. I don't know what's going on. You know. Let's see here. All right. So I'm gonna put the link out there. Anybody wants to jump on? I got some questions. I love to get your guys' opinions. I love to get your guys' side of it. Get your story, whatever. Why do you what? It's working. Because I changed cameras. It keeps telling me it's working. It's not working. Oh Lord. All right. So I'm gonna put the link out here. Let's see. Invite. Copy. You guys jump on if you want. If you want to be part of the panel, ask some questions. I'm going to change this in, slow it down. I don't know what's going on. Change my audio. And let's see here. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. All right. What's up, Doc? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I want to go fast.
Oh man, I was doing good. It was doing good. Then all of a sudden, it just like all my controls just.
Well, Murphy's Law, man.
At least I thought I was doing good. I had my videos going, had my talking points. So,
my brother bought his 2023 Road Glide ST today.
yeah.
Picked it up, took it home. Well, took it here. We did some shit to it, and he's talking about suspension. And I was like, dude, suspension technology. So I'm hearing it's the shit.
RideH2.com.
Yep. So that's that'll be coming shortly. Be shipping and probably shipping them out to me.
Uh, um, so I have a question. Since you're the only one who gets on, I'll ask you questions tonight.
Okay. I'm
What's your
not single.
What's your favorite hand signal?
My favorite hand signal?
Yeah. What's your favorite hand signal? I knew we were going there.
Or
That's a good one. But don't say in the chat. Can you guys tell me what the old tap on the noggin is? I'm not talking about sports or S either.
that's an important one to know.
That is. What's this? What's this?
There you go. That's better. I don't look as ugly.
Jake, turn your phone
Hey,
silent.
hey,
Hey, it's Jake from State Farm. What are you wearing?
got my khakis on for you tonight there, Doc.
Right on. Dude, it's not
Doing all
Doc.
right tonight?
It's the name. It's Ricky Bobby tonight.
Yeah, you do want to go fast, huh?
Hell yeah.
All right, Jake, I got one for you.
What's up?
Do you check your gear before you ride? And do you check your gear often?
Do I check my gear? Not as often as I should. I've actually gotten away from riding with my jacket because the jacket that I have is actually too small for me now. So I need to go get a new jacket here.
So are you
I
getting
did
more
have,
comfy for the wife?
it was a little bit of both. Um, No, so I need to go get a new jacket, admittedly. Which thank you for that stark reminder there, Hells. Watching that little clip. But my lovely little wife is wanting to get some gear so for her class, so I'll probably pick up a new jacket with that. As far as my helmet goes, though, I bought a Sedici, which is like the Cycle Gear Revzilla house brand. And it hasn't been a horrible helmet, but I did have a pad rip, so I had to warranty out one of my cheek pads. So as a result, I have been in my helmet a little bit more. Of course, I installed a Cardo as well, so I tore the whole thing apart to install that, and so I've been through the helmet more. Jacket, I'm big thumbs down on that one, unfortunately.
Well, does everybody realize all helmet manufacturers say if you drop your helmet from height 3 feet or more, you should get it replaced because of the microfractures in your helmet could weaken it.
Yes. Yep. A lot of them, of course, they're all the styrofoam shells inside there too. So,
Yep.
The hard styrofoam, so that stuff breaks pretty easily. But gloves, I had a set of gloves, my first set of gloves. I started wearing the palms out. They had like a small reinforcement panel, if you will. Not very quality. Again, first set of gear, so I was on a little bit of a budget. And so I wore those out, tried a different brand, and now the Velcro is actually just recently started ripping. So I'll probably be looking for a new set of gloves here before too long.
Well, isn't like JP Cycles up the road from you?
Yeah, it's about an hour actually, up in Daytona. So
let me ask you another question.
Yep.
Why don't you share us a memorable group riding experience where hand signals were given?
Oh, let's see. Well, you and I went and did a little bit of riding, just you and I, one night to get a feel of how things were going to go for our trip to West Virginia. So we did a little bit of learning there, and then the big one was our West Virginia trip. That was 6 days we were out, rode up from Daytona to really the whole state of West Virginia, and then all of that being highway. Lots of idiots out there on the road. So sometimes you gotta pull a Ricky Bobby or a Doc Harley and go fast. And
You're not first, you're last.
exactly. So lots of hand signals. I suppose I was kind of tail gunning a little bit since it was just three of us. So I made it my one goal to learn your ways there, Hells, and try to preempt your moves for changing lanes, so that way we could change safely and as a group.
I guess I'm going to have to leave the last segment that I was doing, the little segment I was doing. I'll leave it for another live because it was going to be a cool segment. But what you're touching base or talking about, I got asked today that I should do a little group segment, especially when it comes to hand signals, formations.
Mm-hmm.
That
it's imperative, just seeing that's really the first real good group riding that I've done. And I mean, it was only three of us, but it's still imperative to know the hand signals and know how to jump when the signal is given.
right. So I can't ask you this, Jake, because you never rode a performance bagger. You're still on Softails.
Yeah, we'll get there.
So Doc Harley, I'll bring this to you.
Hold on. The holidays are coming. Get your loved ones the Jackhawk 9000.
Oh my god! So what made you get in the performance baggers, Doc?
It's badass. I like to go fast, and I just don't know what to do with my hands at this point. But I want to go fast, and they're fun, and I just don't. Yeah. But no, I like performance, and I like baggers, and between the two of them, it's a good fit.
Well, that got expanded from conversations where you performance baggers are idiots, blah blah blah. And once you start breaking down what we do when we build these, then they're like, oh yeah, actually our bikes are built safer than yours. So
Yep. Well, also, I mean, to be completely transparent, I built my first performance bagger when I was in the club life, because when you're riding in a club, you got to go, you got to move, and it's the whole pack that's going and moving. You got to keep up.
Yeah, but that's just why I touched on it. That's why I was making like safety performance baggers together, because it just drove me up the wall. Like, yeah, the stuff that we upgrade and do makes our bikes actually safer than the bike that you're riding.
Yep. Brakes, suspension, throttle response.
Yeah,
it all has to play.
And because of what we do, we're always working on upping our skills. We're always working on our skills, making our riding skills a lot better because of the stuff that we do.
Absolutely.
It all goes hand in hand. I mean, yeah, we're pushing the boundaries, but at the same time, we're not the bike night dude that had one too many that thinks he's Superman out there trying to do something.
No.
And just for the one person in the side chat there that thinks I only talk to two people a week, yeah, I only talk to two people a week. I wish.
Crystal and the boy.
Jake and Tweedle.
No. You don't talk to Crystal?
Yeah, she talks.
She yells at him a lot.
But I would say you listen, though.
Nah, man. Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. It's just the conversations. Like everything, all the points I did tonight, I was asked, man, you should make a video about it. And like I said, with my schedule, I can't go out and film and do a full production. I was like, I'm just going to do a live, and I'm just going to hit on these segments, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. Everybody can jump in, give their sides, tell their stories, their experience. Plus, it's Saturday night. A lot of us have crappy weather. I mean, it's not like
it's thunder lightning here right now.
Yeah, so why not? Yeah. So, all right, but for everybody that doesn't know, if you're watching the side chat or you're in the group side chat, I made a smart-ass comment in a group chat today because I get in the group chat and somebody's like asking where I'm at. And I'm like, and this is like hours later that I see it. And I'm like, well, why didn't they just hit me up? I would have answered them. So I made a little smart ass comment that everybody goes to Tweedle to find out all about me. So I'm just gonna make him my PR person. So send everything to Tweedle.
I thought he already was your PR person.
If he was, he sucks. I need to fire him.
You can't fire him. He's under contract.
He's fishing right now. He's not even in the game with us right now. He is fishing.
Fishing? I'm surprised he's fishing because if you read some of those comments, you'd think he was drunk.
Right? He's not even good fishing. He's actually fishing. Not out on the old bronze chicken fishing, but fishing. Like,
I love how that name stuck.
So, dang, I wish this thing didn't screw up and I was able to do the last segment.
Well, we're talking about performance baggers. My buddy Mike, who got the new Road Glide ST.
Yeah.
He also ordered a 135 for it.
See, I've been around it. I'm impressed with it. I see the reason why people go to it. And it's actually a pretty smart thing. You think about it. So you're able to keep your warranty. You do the 135, keep your warranty, and then once the warranty's out, swap the cam out and let her eat. You know,
that's the plan. He's gonna once the warranty expires, he's gonna turn the bike over to me, and we're just gonna have fun.
So you're already jumping. You're already jumping to good power. You're going to have good power while you're on a warranty. Cruise around, rip around.
Yep.
It's not a bad motor. Like it'll rip. Like
right.
All right. And then instead of doing this big build, you're just going to change the cam, retune it, send it. Like
yep.
There you go. All right. What's this?
Maybe I should go get a 135.
Oh, here, let me fix my camera right. See how I'm not here. I've been in side chat the whole time.
Jake, they don't make the 135 for Softails.
Oh, come on, Doc.
They don't. Not yet.
We got a welder and machines. We can figure something.
Yeah, we stretch the frame a little bit.
Just go buy an Road Glide ST. You'll be okay.
Hey, if he would have picked the right salesperson, he probably would have got better advice when he bought it. But it's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
And it would have been christened right out the gate.
Yeah,
wouldn't have had to worry about nothing.
Yeah, would have tore up that back tire, had some nuts rubbed all over it, and Tweedle knows what it smells like. I mean, knows what it's like.
So does Ray. Ray got his bike christened.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm sure Norrie's was christened also.
I think I did hump Norrie's. That bike.
That's my Cal Norton Jr.
So
shake and bake.
All right, Tweedle.
What's up?
Tell us some experiences with hand signals in groups. Can you see me? Can you see?
Yeah, I can see you perfectly fine, but I mean, I don't like right turns.
God dang, is that the truth?
Why? What do you got against right turns?
Because I like left turns better.
Were you racist?
No,
that's
leftist.
I'm leftist, not racist.
It sounds
I'm
like
directionalist. I don't like the right.
All right turns. What'd they do to you?
Well, the problem was he didn't have his 2 pair of glasses on while he was riding.
Oh,
I only need them for reading.
Hey,
This
Tweedle,
dude-
all I'm gonna say is hell's never had to tell me to speed up. So
Well, Hells also didn't take you on a road that was freaking blocked off either.
Whoa, hold up. Back up. I tell you to go somewhere, you go somewhere.
Well, I know that now. I didn't know it then.
What do you think? I'm telling you, just like I didn't
so
know
so
that sign was there.
what I'm hearing is Tweedle can't follow directions very well.
No,
Yes.
Tweedle marches to the sound of his own drum.
Which is out in left field sometimes.
Yep.
Not right
Like
field.
right now, I'm sitting here fishing, but I'm still supporting my buddy.
It's because you can't catch anything.
No, I call most of the bait actually.
It'll lighten up the whole dang sky with your phone there.
That's all
We can
right.
see we can see everything except for you, Tweedle.
That's a steam plant.
that's a good thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
you don't want my face on there.
All right, since I have a full panel right now, I'm going to start up here with Doc, and then I'll work my way around. My question is, do you prefer solo rides or group rides, and why? You go first.
Solo
Doc.
rides. I prefer solo rides because I know what everybody's doing with me. When we're stopping, where we're going, when we're going, how fast we're going, and there will be no idiots in the pack to ruin the ride.
That's understandable. What about you, Jake?
I do a lot of solo riding. I don't have too many. Well, my friends that I did ride with, they left me.
I know that feeling.
They're on the other side of the country now, so I have to talk to them through a screen.
Good ride horse caresses.
I tried a big group ride once, and I mean it was probably 50, 80 people. It was a very bad idea, and this was when I was still on my Sportster. I knew I was going to be a slow man in the pack, and I eventually just said screw it and left them. Well, they left me, and I just was like, you know what, never mind. I'm not going to try and push it. So if I do ride group rides, I would definitely don't want to be anything close to that big. Maybe 4 or 5 people at most. But even still, haven't really ridden with that many consistently.
All right. What about you, Tweedle?
It depends on who's in the. Well, it's really a loaded question because I love riding with you, Crystal, and Nori. I'll take that any day of the week because it's a lot of fun. But I'm not against group rides either because, like the Tennessee ride we had, it actually was pretty good. It wasn't like the other group ride in Tennessee that I went to, where it was just like a complete cluster. It's like the trikes knew they were supposed to be in the back, and of course we didn't have no trikes on the Tennessee crew ride, but there's sets up to group rides that should be universal, and a lot of group rides are not, and it actually can make a group ride go bad really quick.
Yes. That's why I asked the question about that. Because that seems to be another topic that's hot right now with people. I know my preference from my background. Doc and I come from like the same background. Doc, what's your preference with trikes and packs?
In the back.
Is there a reason?
They take up too much and they have their own track. They take up both tracks. They mess up the flow. They mess up the formation. And, I believe they all belong in the back.
That is exactly right. Plus, I have footage, and I know of incidents where they put the trikes in the pack And where the trikes cannot maneuver like a two-wheeled machine, they actually ran over the rider in front of them. So,
But I have a question. Was that them just saying line up and didn't give a brief beforehand to tell the tracks to go in the back?
yep, that goes back. That goes back to your road captain, SA, whoever's controlling the ride.
Yep.
So,
Mhm.
even if you guys don't have, you just guys have never been around that or anything, you group up, you get together. You need to actually discuss what the ride is, where you guys are going to ride, how you're going to ride, like what formation, where everybody's going to be at, how comfortable people are riding distance wise to each other. Like, it's all a safety factor. All right. So, I mean, I'm a huge dick when it comes to group riding, even though the last one I went on, I was not because I was told to be on my best behavior that weekend. All right.
And you listened?
I did listen,
Oh my God, there is firsts.
but I'm trying to calm down, you know.
Well, Hells, there's a couple more. I don't know if maybe you were going to touch on this in your other segment, but single file and staggered, uh, those
And then
have their
there's
place
side
and
by
time
side.
as well.
Actually, I was not going to touch that on that other segment. I was going to touch that into the follow up question on this stuff with formations, with especially with signals. You know, in our group, you did this. That's staggered. Of course, this is
So
single file.
you want more questions about group riding. So say you're in a
I
group
don't want
ride.
stop. I don't want more questions about group riding. That's a
Oh
different
yeah,
segment.
this is a beautiful question.
Oh my gosh.
If you're in the left track, and who should you be paced off of? The person in the right track or the person in front of you?
The person in front of you.
And what happens if the person in the other track starts falling behind?
But then you got to keep your eye on them.
When you come up beside them, that
Yeah.
way they know they go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either that or you overtake them. You take their spot. But like I said, Doc and I come from two different worlds. That stuff don't happen anyways.
No, you're 6 inches tire to tire and bar tip to bar tip at 100 plus miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm nowhere near that good.
Your tire better be with them and not in front of them.
Yep. And if you're a prospect, your front tire shouldn't pass mid bike.
Yep. So I'm saying
That's a whole nother conversation.
that's a whole nother world, whole nother conversation.
No, I mean, I just asked that because people meet up on the weekends. They do group rides. That is one of the common thing that causes slinky throughout the whole thing, where cars end up merging in the middle of the pack and all that. So that's why I asked that question.
The slinky effect usually is caused by inexperienced riders in the middle of the pack. And I mean, not inexperienced with riding, but inexperienced with riding in a group. And they don't know how to keep a pack tight and in formation. They're just out riding their ride, doing their thing, and not respecting.
So here's another one. Where should the inexperienced riders be in the pack?
Up front.
Thank you.
And who should be in the very back?
Your most experienced rider. Thank you. All right.
You're welcome.
I'm glad Doc said that because I have this argument all the time.
Well,
your
you and I
leader.
come from a similar world, doing similar things, but riding is riding.
Well, yeah, I thought that was a group ride thing all the way around. The only difference was you're a lot closer.
Yeah, well, it should be the standard, but unfortunately, you have all these organizations that organize these group rides that can't even organize their nap time.
Yeah.
And They're sitting there going, okay, we're leaving now. Everybody get on their bikes. Let's go. They don't talk about, if you're not that experienced, get up front. If you're riding a trike, ride in the back. If you're 2 up or 1 up, you're not comfortable riding tight with somebody or staggered, go towards the back. You know, I personally, when I go on group rides, I want to be towards the back, because if something happens with somebody from overriding their bike, overriding their abilities, and yes, it does happen, and they go down, I can at least see it and react so I don't end up part of that accident.
Yeah, because I've seen that happen, even in the club world. I've seen that happen to where people got ran over because of inexperience.
Yep.
I mean, when I say ran over, I mean just blew up, ran over.
I tell you, when you get a bunch of guys that have ridden together for a long time and knows how to ride in harmony, and I'm talking harmony, I mean they all leave together, they all shift together, they all throttle together, and they all brake together. It's actually, it becomes a perfect sounding one machine. It's amazing to be around it, to hit it, and I'm going to throw props out to Wilkie. I rode with Wilkie in Jersey to the start point for the Baggers and Brews, and this is the first time I ever rode with him. Within a half a mile, he and I were just like that. We shifted together, we launched together. I was thinking, hey, we should veer right around this car. As soon as I was thinking it, he was doing it, and we were just going side by side, up and down the road, and it was amazing.
And so, to me, that's fun riding, because it's just a different experience when you're riding with somebody who does that.
Yeah, you're synced.
Yeah,
Everything you do is synced.
it's
And
fun.
it's awesome.
So Eric's in here cracking, and he talked in the side chat. That's why he likes to ride solo. So I gotta make this comment to Eric. It's probably one of the best answers I ever heard to this about solo riding or group riding. I asked the young guy, does he like the group ride or does he like the solo? And he says he likes the solo. And I said, well, why do you like the solo? He's like, because people are idiots. I'm like, I can't complain with you right there.
No.
I mean, at the same time, though, you can be a great solo rider, but when you get into a group, you can really see how bad you suck as a rider all the way around because you hadn't practiced that.
Yep.
Ask me how I know.
Because you suck at riding in groups?
I'm getting better.
Well, hey, it takes a man to admit it.
Hey, I'd claim not to be perfect. I'm always learning. Just like everybody should be.
He took a good ass to him one night.
I feel so bad for that already, though.
Was she good looking at least?
No.
No, I didn't take the right turn. And it was kind of an emergency to take that right turn.
Oh, yeah, Tweedle. God dang. Or I'm like, giving him the signal. Giving him the signal to tighten it up.
I mean, when you're sitting there trying to give me a signal like T-Rex and I can't see it behind you, of course I ain't going to see it.
Yeah, but when I'm like pointing to get right here and you're still back there.
Hey, I was doing my damnedest on that breakout to catch up to you.
Oh, so now he blames the bass boat.
Six days
all
and
that
I didn't have
actually
any
happened with the
issues.
bass boat.
See, I'm the opposite of most people. When there's heavy traffic, that's when I like the pack to be really tight and start moving as one. Because that makes us just one huge vehicle to move everything out of the way.
Look at it as a tractor trailer.
Yeah.
And that also goes back to my inexperience as a group rider. And the more I do it, the better I've been getting at it, which a lot of it's due to Hells, Crystal, and Nori, and that's why I love riding with them, because every time I go riding with them, I learn a lot of stuff.
And when you're riding tight, it's actually safer.
Yes.
Yeah. Jake did a good job. First time ever riding with me, I put him through the paces, and I'll be straight with you. For a rookie rider, I was impressed. You know, normally you have to start way down here to work with him. He was a little higher, so it made it easier to build off of that. But I have pushed him to speeds he never thought he'd ride on a motorcycle.
Nope.
Did you go
And
over
it's every time we get together, it's always a new speed.
Hells, did you take them over 60 miles an hour?
Yeah, we went 61.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was, Doc, I'm telling you, it was the scariest thing I've ever done.
You should
Yeah.
come with me when I'm on Spaceballs hitting 140.
Got me in the dust right there.
Hey, you know what? Just for that, I need to throw in another commercial from our other sponsors.
Are you ready to take your ride to the next level? Introducing H2 Performance, your destination for suspension technologies. At H2 Performance, we believe in the thrill of the open road, the rush of adrenaline, and the pursuit of exceptional performance. Suspension Technologies' cutting-edge aftermarket suspension systems are meticulously engineered to deliver superior control, stability, and comfort. Feel the difference as you conquer any road condition with precision, confidence, and control. Suspension Technologies combines advanced technology with years of expertise, bringing you the finest suspension upgrades for your Harley-Davidson or trike. Join the growing community of riders who have experienced the Suspension Technologies difference. Don't settle for an ordinary ride when you can experience extraordinary. Upgrade your suspension with Suspension Technologies and elevate your ride to new heights. Visit our website at www.rideh2.com to discover the perfect suspension solution for your ride. H2 Performance. Unleash the power of your ride.
Always ride responsibly and within the limits of the law and your abilities.
Ride H2.
All right, we're back. So,
That commercial was well done.
thank you.
Yeah, it was.
Done on
neat.
there must have been a huge budget.
Yeah, that was our huge budget commercial right there.
I need to get up with those guys.
Hey, you got to start somewhere. It's not like Tweedledee over there doing his job. Somebody else had to make the commercial.
I didn't know I worked actually for H2.
Oh, you're under contract.
Yeah, I thought you said you're under contract.
Yeah, but I mean, I thought it was just promote stuff. I didn't know I was supposed to make the damn commercials too.
Well, commercials are promotions.
Okay. Well, stand by.
Yeah. You saw boss man down there and said you need to get fulfilling your contract.
Stand by. It's one I can just throw up. I don't have to get approved, right?
Oh no.
Well, there goes Talladega Nights.
Damn.
Oh shoot. So going back to the whole group ride thing. What's your take on what would you consider an excellent group ride?
When you're riding with people who are at the same level as you or better to improve your riding skills. And there's been clear, concise communication on where you're going, how you're going to get there, and what hand signals are going to be used and how.
So that's a good thing you spot on that. So if I'm in charge of a group ride, I like to explain the route. and give people heads up, especially if we make a stop before we leave. I like to do a heads up. Okay, in this section, this is what you're going to see. Can be hazards that you're going to run into. Where they need to watch their speed. If there's any type of sharp blind turns, give them a heads up as much as possible before they get on the route.
Yep.
And I will attest to that because pretty much everywhere we went, especially up in the West Virginia area, you go through a few tunnels and, first thing that he said was, hey, watch for wet spots coming out of these tunnels because they can be slicker than snot.
Yep.
Which that was, for me, like Hell said, I'm a rookie rider. November will be 2 years that I've been riding.
You know what? It doesn't matter how long you've been riding. It's even, seasoned riders, that's good information for a seasoned rider because then they're not caught by surprise.
Oh, yeah. But that whole trip, everything past Daytona was a new mile for me. The whole experience was brand new. I went on that. He invited me after I bought that lowrider, and I took him up on it because I needed to get out of Florida and learn how to do some better riding. Because
And you did that right.
Florida riding isn't riding. You got to get up and ride not straight roads.
Yeah.
Florida's just drag racing light to light.
Or city to city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean Florida's not bad for riding if you go I guess kind of touristy. Because I had a blast with the Tennessee crew doing this group ride, but I still think this past group ride from Bike Week was probably the best when it was, let's see, Hell's on Two Wheels, Crystal, Gliding on Twos, myself, After Hour Concepts, and a bunch of other people. We had a blast on that. It was a Florida riding trip that was just but it was sightseeing, but it was perfect because you hit 4 different ecosystems in one ride.
Sure, but that's a lot of who you're riding with, though.
Mm-hmm.
As a solo rider or even infrequent group riding, there's not a whole lot to push yourself on. Really, the biggest things that you could is speed, learning how to ride at speed, and riding in inclement weather, which I've been doing a lot of since I got good rain gear. I've been riding my bike pretty much every day to work, and that's a half-hour one-way commute for me. And I could run through 3 sections where it's raining, not raining, or raining in the span of my trip home. So I've been getting a lot of inclement weather riding, which is good, but it's got its inherent risk. Florida drivers are exceptionally more idiot than anywhere else, I feel.
If you're ever ready to ride in sleet and freezing rain, let me know. You can come up here and ride in Connecticut.
Yeah, that might be a little bit.
To me, riding in the rain is just liquid sunshine.
If you want to hit mountain twisties and shit like that, you can come up here to me.
I'll come hang out in the mountains. We hit we rode through
We did
Maggie Valley,
Cherokee, Smoky Mountains, Pigeon Forge.
You're right in this backyard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And all of that was new territory for me, and we rode the Talon.
Hellbender.
Yeah, a little bit of the Hellbender, and all that was exceptionally challenging for me because you actually have to. That's technical riding. You got to learn how to dip that thing in some double back kind of corners, and here I am trying not to dump this thing on a blind curve,
So my next question is, we'll go back to group riding for a second. You guys thought, like Doc pointed on, um, riding with people at your same skill set or better. So let's take an example. You are the better skill set. How do you help the lesser skilled people grow and be safe on a ride?
The way I do it is I ride at their level of riding, and then when they get comfortable riding tight, then I'll start picking up the pace, start to get them come a little bit outside their comfort zone and build that comfort zone area larger. The whole crawl, walk, run theory.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a couple friends that one of them lives right down in Norman Beach. Has been riding a long time. He's still at the crawl stage.
Sound familiar, Jake?
Yeah.
Oh, he's been riding. Christ, we went to Laconia together in 2014. And he's still at the crawl stage. But that's okay. That's how he wants to ride, and he rides his own ride. And I respect that,
Well,
Hells and I have definitely talked about that because I've my goal is I want to be able to do the way I put it was do what people would consider the stupid riding, but do it safely.
that's exactly that's why I went over some of the stuff I did tonight. In some people's eyes, our riding style is stupid, but they need to know the safety factors that we put into this stuff.
Yep.
Mhm.
Like training wheels on your back guards.
Yeah.
Sweet Jesus. You getting you a set, Doc. Don't even joke.
Nope, not getting the set.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Well,
You might get it for Christmas.
Okay.
here's a question for the group here. So, in the realm of riding experience and safety, how can you be a defensive rider without necessarily being an aggressive rider?
I always look at the traffic around me and try and anticipate what they're going to do before they do it. Sometimes drivers will project what they're going to do,
Mm-hmm.
and it's up to you to read that projection.
Right.
Like if you see a car stopped at on a side road wanting to turn into your travel lane, and you're riding pretty aggressive, and they're not judging your rate of closure because you start to see them pull out. As soon as I start to see the wheels move, I actually start to slow down because I don't want to be,
It looks like there's a rod over there.
I don't want to be hitting his front end or back end or anything
Right.
being in the way in the hospital.
So, my experience, I can't answer that for the sake of I am an aggressive rider to be more of a defensive rider.
Mm-hmm.
Because early in my riding stages, I was like defensive and doing all this stuff, and I had more close calls and incidents than I did when I became a defensive rider. I mean, an aggressive rider, and learning that aggressive rider doesn't mean you're being stupid. The aggressive rider is you're making that driver, that vehicle, whatever, you're making them make a move and kind of making them make a move that you're already projecting what they're going to do.
So would you say that's riding through traffic, if you will, or around other traffic?
Yeah.
And Jake, that comes with time and experience.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, I work with Crystal on shooting the gap.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of are the same way where she does it. I've seen you do it. You guys are starting to get to the point you see it, but you're still hesitating.
Mm-hmm.
You can't hesitate because because you might only have that split second to make that move before the car does something else, and then it changes the whole scenario again.
Yeah, that actually happened that Monday that we rode on 95. I can think of probably at least two different instances that I hesitated where I saw it.
That, like Doc says, that just comes with experience. Like
Mm-hmm.
trusting in your skill set that you're making the correct decision.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I laugh about when people say I ride like an asshole. No, I don't ride like an asshole. I just ride to the environment that's around me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Or right away from the environment that's around you.
Yeah, explain that to the cop when you're doing 110 past them.
I mean, I'll admit it. You and gliding on twos have rubbed off on me, so I do that a lot more now in traffic, just to get out of the situations where it could turn bad really quick.
Now, here's a funny story. It relates. When we were headed up to Lake George last weekend, and there were 4 of us, and then Upstate joined us on the highway, so there was 5 bikes. I was leading the pack, and the exit ramp was backing up to the interstate. So I told Blue, hold back, give me some space. So what I did is I cut in front of Blue and went right down the breakdown lane on the exit, and everybody else followed suit. Because I'm not sitting there in line on the interstate waiting for people to make up their mind if they're going to turn left or right.
See, now I will.
I keep pointing at the black block.
That's an interesting point you bring up there, Doc, because down here, just recently actually, I was riding home from work one day, and it was some real heavy rain hit, and there was a car pulled over on the side of the road on the other side of a bridge, and everything from that bridge all the way to the exit that I had gotten on was rolling traffic,
Yep.
So, and then you throw in the heavy rain where, people are doing 5 mile an hour. I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to wonder, is it even safe for me to be sitting in that same line, or should I peel off to the side and run up?
Here's a perfect example. In March, when I was down in Daytona for Bike Week, I was heading up to destination Daytona on 95 from the Cackleberry. So it's not that far of a ride on 95. Well, I ran into a quick torrential downpour shower. Traffic slowed way down, and I went from the far left lane all the way to the right to the breakdown lane, and I was gone. See you so long. Bye-bye. I'm not.
I mean, even without rain, it's nothing. It's just another day in Florida to hit bumper to bumper traffic like that.
Oh yeah, same here. Where I am in Connecticut.
I go
I learned
down
a good trick for that from my other teacher. You hit that right lane, and every time you have an off ramp or an on ramp, jump on that sucker and take it down and pass as many of them as you can.
Yeah.
And then get back over and keep doing it, and you'll eventually get all the way through that slow traffic safely.
Stay right in the breakdown lane. I don't care.
All right,
I'm sorry. Give me a ticket.
All right, everybody. I'm going to announce this guy being on here because I watch his stuff, and this is the first time he's ever jumped on here.
Hi, John.
Hey, what's up,
Hey, John,
everybody?
how you doing?
I'm good, Jake. I feel like I'm in a similar boat to you, except I'm not actually riding in the rain because I can't trust the DC drivers enough. But one thing that hasn't been brought up so far about trying to avoid these backups, at least in the DC area, if traffic comes to a screeching halt, you're liable to get rear-ended. So like the other day, we had a 4-mile backup, and I just happened to be on my Harley, and I was like, you know what? It's air cooled. It's 90 degrees out. I'm not cooking me or the bike or getting rear-ended. So I hopped on the left shoulder because I never get anywhere but the left lane on the highway. Because that way I only have one lane of traffic to worry about, and that's to my right, and the one in front of me, of course. But I get on that left shoulder. I set my throttle lock at 25 miles an hour and put the hazards on and went down the highway and pissed everybody off.
Yep. So
yeah,
if you don't shoot Big Red, fuck you.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but I guess I don't then.
I think if you don't like Mountain Dew, then fuck you.
Oh, he's Ricky Bobby tonight. That's what his name is. He's doing some Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights, baby.
I got to remember that movie.
You cut me out the picture?
So hang on.
No, you're still there.
So hang on. So as you're speaking about getting rear-ended, going down, this gets into why aren't more states allowing lane splitting for motorcycles? Because it's not just us trying to get ahead of traffic, but there is a safety factor in.
Oh, absolutely. But if you pull that crap, like in the DC area, you've got people from literally all over the world, some of which I think have never driven a car before, and they're all on the roads together. And all these sons of guns are going out there trying to play bumper cars every day as it is. And if you try to split lanes, I've seen it with the crotch rockets. The cars will come over and just rub that double yellow line or dotted line, and they'll just try to box you out. I've seen it, and it's scary. Like I don't split lanes around here.
And that's why I hit the breakdown lanes.
Yeah. Yeah. My biggest thing was they had just repaved like part of the, 30% of the beltway or something. And so the shoulder was fairly clean, but it was one of those sit up straight, watch the road, see something shiny, swerve to avoid it because it's going to be a nut or bolt or screw or something else to ruin your good day. I was just like, I don't want to catch a flat tire. These things are freaking expensive.
Yeah.
I tend to head down to Miami fairly frequently, and you hit Fort Lauderdale and you're always hitting traffic. So usually I see at least one bike they hit the right breakdown lane and they're moving through. But I don't see that a whole lot up here around. I'm in Cape Canaveral, so I'm about an hour south of Daytona. I don't see that.
That's illegal too,
here.
though.
Oh,
even hitting the breakdown lane in traffic, some states that's illegal.
It's illegal here in Connecticut, but my thought is it's not illegal.
Yeah, they catch you.
Well, around here, the cops won't mess with you. If you're on a Harley, you're already immune from 90% of traffic laws, and you get another 5% if you're got your hazards on and you're not going too fast down the side lanes. The problem is you can't get on the right side lanes, or for the people watching, the right side lanes, because I've seen people jump in the breakdown lane to cut a mile off of getting to their exit. So they'll be doing 70, 80 mile an hour down that breakdown lane to get to an exit. And no, thank you. It's all about risk mitigation, right?
Sounds like driving in Dubai.
You know what I prefer to do is, and I've shown this in some of my videos, I will watch the cars, and if they're all kind of setting up to be a slalom course, I will get kind of tucked up in front towards the windshield where I've got perfect control over my handlebars, and I will just bob and weave through all of them at whatever speed I need to go at.
I call that sewing up traffic.
Sewing up traffic, yeah. I'm keeping a stitch in it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, dude. I did it the other day for like 3 miles straight. It was just absolute beauty. I just didn't have the cameras running.
I do it most mornings when I take the bike to work.
Now do it in a pickup truck.
I do it in the Benz.
That doesn't surprise me. You can get away with that. Something that handles well.
All right. So let me shift gears on you guys. We're talking about group.
Got it.
Up or down?
Unless you're GP shifting, then you gotta go down. But
no.
So I know a lot of us in this room has done long rides. How do you stay mentally focused on a long ride?
You mean the bike doesn't do that for you?
See, that's a tough one because there's sometimes I find myself just spacing out and, you know.
See, I still have that military mentality. I see it as completing a mission, and I get on the road and I'm on a mission to get there as fast as I can. And I just go.
John just lights up a big cigar and cruises.
Yeah, pretty much. I like to pull over every couple hours, stretch legs for 5 minutes, refill my coffee mug if I have to, light another stogie, keep on trucking. But if I'm not, like we went to VAM last month, right? And we had 3-4 hours on the bike in a stretch. And I was drifting off a little bit, looking at the scenery and checking for the other bikes in our group. But I was kind of just checking where we were on the map, on the GPS. It was kind of like, oh, okay, we're still headed. We got 182 miles to go. Okay, we got 176 miles. I don't know. It was never a big deal. I mean, I've driven many, many hours in a car, so
yeah,
just transfer that to the bike.
I'm guilty of it. I zone out while I'm riding, especially if I'm on a long ride, and I'm talking like 4 hours plus stunts. That's a long ride. I admit it. I zone out, especially if I'm by myself.
For me, the longer the day goes, the faster I ride.
Yeah, I can believe that. You start out, you're like, oh, I got to be on the road for 700 miles, so I'm going to take it nice and easy. And then you got 600, 500, 400, 300. That last 100 miles, you're like, let's go, baby. Yeah, I feel you on that one, man.
Now, to me, 700 miles, all right, 350 in, all right, time to go motor down. Let's go. I need to get to my motel. I need some room service. I need a jacuzzi tub. Let's go.
So within the last 2-3 years, I know of 7 times that we've been on the road for 24 hours.
Woo.
Twice we've been on the road for plus 24 hours.
Yep.
Does it clang when you walk down the street?
No, it's like South Park. I gotta hop along. I ride them.
Oh, you got them in a wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I will say one secret. If you're gonna go, say you stay in local to your area and you're like, okay, I want to go to Daytona Bike Week. I'm 700 miles from Daytona. The best thing for you to do is ride your bike every day for like a week to get your body conditioned to be on it as much as possible. And that will help you knock out the long miles. Because the more you're on it, it's going to be easier to go gas station to gas station and then fill up your gas tank, smoke a couple cigarettes, take a drink, get on the road and go.
Yep.
I mean, I see where you're talking about that because in that time frame, we were doing a lot of long distance rides. Or laying down 700 plus miles day after day after day was nothing for us. So you kind of get used to it.
Well, I learned that from Biketoberfest when I went down the first time and stayed with you. That took me forever to get down there.
I know, because
all the riding we did that whole 4 days, it was easy to get back home.
Dude, this guy was dragging by the time he got back home. He's like day 3, he looks at us and like, how in the world do you guys do this?
Yeah. Tweedle's right, though. I'd only done like 200 miles in a day before I did VAM, and that was almost 400 just to get there. And it took a lot out of me. I was used to doing 100-mile days, somewhat used to doing 200-mile days, but 400, mostly highway, I was like, oh, I think next year I'm taking the back roads where I'm used to them.
Well, I mean, you ride your bike a lot too, though, right?
Oh, yeah. At least once a week, if not 2, 3, 4 times a week.
Yeah. See, if you're doing it, 4 times a week and you're riding a good amount during the day, you should be fine. I would be fine in that situation. But say it's winter time, you've had your bike put up, Daytona's coming, you're riding down there. get that cold weather gear on, dress as warm as you can,
Yeah.
and spend a good week on the bike and try to ride it as much as humanly possible.
Yep.
It will make it easier for them longer distances.
Especially if you have any kind of nerves, like especially after a break, if you're a nervous rider, if you're on it all the time, you're kind of just like, yep, we're just throwing a leg over like any other day. And then you're going out and doing something completely different. Yeah.
I do notice my return trips are usually easier on me than the going trip.
They are. Yeah, I had a much easier time getting back from VAM than getting down there. And that's not one of my videos. What are you playing that for?
Hey, look, a whole lot of stuff I can't do yet.
Oh, that's a
The
typical.
one-legged wonder.
That's a typical Tuesday night in Daytona.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff I don't care to do. I'm not Doc. I can't fix it.
Watching it, but I'm not going to beat up my bike.
Yeah, well, I mean, some of it'd be nice to be able to do, like drift.
It's a lot. You talk about working on riding skills, so being with those guys and learning that stuff, it has actually helped a lot of my skills in normal riding at higher speeds, because there's a lot of throttle control, brake control, clutch control in it. So, I don't know. I just like hooligan stuff. I guess that's why my wife yells at me, because my stuff's broke all the time.
Speaking of which, how's your bike?
So I haven't sent my address to you yet.
Nope.
But I'm not in a rush yet because
I'm going on 2 weeks. That's all.
Well, I'm not in a rush yet because I'm having a new set of Tap It Rights powder coated and made for me. Because I was like, well, since I'm changing the lifters, I might as well put the product on my bike that I sell.
Yep.
We only usually keep bait fish. We usually release.
Hey, you on this live stream? Or you fishing? What's going on?
God dang, I'm doing both.
Are they
Hey,
biting?
there's a mute button, right, Tweedle?
No, I'm just new to this. My first day on the job and all.
Yeah, clearly.
F and G.
So let me give a little background about John down there that he probably don't know. So before I started making YouTube videos, I watched a lot of his videos, especially when it came to the 360 camera and how to mount and set up a 360 camera on the bike.
Oh yeah, I know. You made a comment once. You were like, "Hey, I came here for the 360 videos. Where are they?"
That's what I'm saying. Is you never know who's watching. I watch a lot of different people. I just, it's time. You try to support as many people as you can in the time that you're allowed to do stuff.
Yeah, that's why I only badmouth Doc Harley. He's not here to defend himself.
No, he's an asshole.
Hey, Doc, you bringing a blue cooler to Daytona this year?
I'm going to try and find one.
Please do, because we got to keep that joke going.
But
I have one somewhere. I just got to find it.
breaking news on Hell's Two Wheels. I will be bringing something different with me to Daytona.
Ooh.
Something to get around in the Cackleberry with.
It's a slingshot.
If it is, I'll never talk to
That
you.
you should beat your face against a rusty nail.
Yeah.
So wait, are you not bringing the CVO down?
No, I am not. I'm bringing Spaceballs. That's been the
Well,
plan.
what the hell, Doc?
What?
How am I going to race a CVO if it's up in New York?
Race Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Spaceballs out of my league. I already know that.
Dude, a fucking
It's the
goal.
Raider.
A Honda Rebel's out of your league right now. What are you talking about?
Force the rest
Don't get those guys hope and get butt hurt.
Hey, I'm going to get Moto Noggin to race you, okay?
Moto Noggin's supposed to come here to race me up that hill, and he ain't showed up yet.
So, I I purchased today for the wife the Serial 1 electric assisted bicycle.
Ah.
So I'm going to be bringing that with me down to the Cackleberry. It'll be kind of interesting to ride around the campground.
To do burnouts.
How are you going to strap that thing to Spaceballs there, Doc? That's going to be an awkward ride.
No, I go in an RV in a trailer.
So
I pimp in style. Sorry, a Class A RV with an enclosed trailer. You're gonna pimp big. Or bingo! Look at Hells.
So John, have you rode the Hellbender in West Virginia?
No, I haven't.
I recommend it. Since you're
the Hellbender's on the list, and there's some other ones. I had some friends down in North Kakalaki, so I want to get down and ride like Tail of the Dragon to compare it to the Back of the Dragon, because that was an absolute show riding that. I recorded so little of the Back of the Dragon.
You're better off riding. What is it? What is it? Devil's Triangle.
Yeah.
Good Hill Parkway, Terra Hollow Skyway, Dragon, Devil's Triangle. That one's a mile from my house, by the way.
Yeah, you can stay right with Tweedle.
Don't stay with Tweedle.
For 5 easy payments of $99.99.
That's too rich for my blood.
Good Lord, he's expensive.
Hey, John, I got some Iraqi dinar with Saddam's face on it that we could pay Tweedle with.
Oh, God. You guys are a trip. Yeah, I got to get out more and do more of these trips. Up until VAM, I hadn't done a real 4-day trip before. So everything else was like an overnight, and there's only a handful of those. So,
well, we're in
Daytona's in March.
Yeah, we're in Ohio until October. So,
yeah. Well, it's kind of a busy work season right now. So getting away the rest of the season is probably not happening next year.
Well, Catskill Mountain Thunder's coming up in September.
Yeah, Catskill. That's up your way, isn't it?
Yep. Or you go to Ocean City, Maryland.
I have a love-hate relationship with Ocean City. I love it in the off season, but when there's rallies and stuff, it's an absolute shit show.
Oh, see, I have a different experience. I went last year. I had a great time.
I've been down there during the bike week and the other weeks and all that, and it's just like I'm glad I have 4 wheels under me. People, they do a lot of dumb stuff.
That's why I go alone. This way I have to worry about it.
Hang on. He said they do a lot of dumb stuff. He needs to come to Daytona and hang out with us.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that's like where do I stay Daytona adjacent? Let me get out of there.
Hey, stay at the Cackleberry. It's a nice, quiet campground.
Yeah.
Hardly any bikes. There's no loud music. There's
never underestimate the power of stupid people in large groups. Not saying you guys are stupid, but generally any large group has enough dumb people in it to fudge up a good thing.
There are half-naked women running around. I will warn you about that.
All right, I'm there. Day early. Let's go.
Yeah, but don't invite Noggin. He'll try to put a towel around him.
Come on, man.
She's let's look at one of them out of mall, too.
Oh, my God.
Nori's the same as me. His wife is his sugar mama. That's where I'm at. And sugar mama don't want me going on no long rides.
It's the golden rule. The one with the gold makes the rules.
Yeah, well, she's the breadwinner and everything else, so she gets to make some of the rules.
We'll come up with a good excuse.
There you go. I'll take it.
It's the YouTube gathering.
Yeah.
She bought that one for VAM. I started talking about VAM in March, and she's like, just go already. I'm tired of hearing about it. I was like, there we go. Got the check mark from Swimbo.
Well, let's start talking about Daytona. How all these YouTubers going to be down there, be good for your channel.
The only problem is then she'll want me to take her dad with me.
Okay.
It's
Then we'll
easy
have
to
to
lose him.
No, not really. He's longtime Harley rider. He's up there in Pennsylvania somewhere. I forget exactly where, but he's up there in Pennsylvania. He goes to Daytona about once every 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, the way it's sounding that it's going to be covered up with a bunch of YouTubers this year. I see a lot of different people saying they're coming to Daytona.
Everybody's a YouTuber now.
With YouTubers too.
I'm just a guy that puts up random videos now. I'm not even a YouTuber. Random
shit.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing you got Tweedle.
Yeah, I guess. I got Jake.
Yeah, Tweedle's been kicked to the curb.
Yeah, well, Jake sounds hideous.
Replaced.
Jake sounds hideous.
The upgrade from Tweedle to Jake.
Well, Jake's actually a part of H2, so
yes,
he's not under contract, but he's a part of H2.
He'd be a full member if he had the hair for it.
I haven't had hair since 2009.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to hear that.
It's all right.
That's why I take the old razor to it.
He's a puddle pirate, so don't worry about it. So you liked Vam?
Yep.
What was? Several of us haven't been to Vam. What was the big thing? Why you like Vam?
So Vam was interesting because this year there were only about 35 people, but a bunch of them I've watched their videos for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and I got to meet them in person. And unfortunately, they got to meet me. And most of them were like, wait, I can't believe in real life you're actually just like on your videos. And they'd walk up and go, coffee, 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 coffee. And it just gave me a big chuckle to be around all these nice people. And everybody was very friendly, and they the riding was good. You guys were talking group riding earlier, and they did a real good job on the safety briefing and not leaving anybody behind. Although I tried my best to get left behind, it just didn't happen. So, it was a lot of fun, a lot of riding outside my comfort zone, a lot of getting to meet people and, shake hands with everybody. And that was the big ticket draw. And there weren't too many people because I'm not a huge group guy. So that was pretty cool. And
where was it this year?
Every year it's in Tazewell, Virginia. So it's southwest corner of Virginia.
Right across the border.
Okay.
Yeah, right across from Bluefield.
Well, next year there's this little get together that we're having in Richwood, West Virginia. We had it this year. We're going to make it even bigger next year. Right in the heart of the best riding in the mountains, right there. So you should come down, ride with us, hang out.
Richfield, huh? Let me see where that's at.
Richwood, West Virginia.
Richwood, sorry.
So, John, here's a word of advice. If you hear banjos, ride faster.
Oh, yeah. I've seen the.
Just tell me.
I was going to say he'd make somebody a good wife out there.
Oh, my God. You live in Tennessee.
Yeah, but he's not related to him, so they wouldn't want him.
Yeah, just tell me.
Sure does have pretty lips.
Yeah.
Look, just tell him you're Hell's cousin.
Oh, that's not bad. I thought that was going to be a longer trip than it is, but it's only about 6 hours for me.
Yeah, you ride down through the mountains to it. It's a good ride.
Look at that. Well, being near DC, everything's FUBAR. If you try to go straight west, you're just in a quagmire for the next 3 years of your life. So I would probably go up towards Fredneck and then back down. But yeah, you can go through the Monongahela National Forest and oh, look at that. Yeah, there's lots of good roads to ride there.
Yep.
Ooh, and that's only about 300 miles.
Yeah.
I could do that in a couple of days.
Yeah, we're gonna have a big weekend out of it. It's gonna be awesome. We got more people coming in. We're working on trying getting some more big time vendors to come in, as in the motorcycle world. Right now,
I think H2 Performance will be there.
H2 OF, the stunt team,
OF OnlyFans.
1
Yes.
foot maybe. Our business partner is a combat vet. He only has 1 foot. He's a stunt rider. He was on that video doing stunt riding. So it's OF Performance, 1 foot performance.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
My apologies. I didn't mean to offend anybody.
No, actually, we have a T-shirt. It looks like OnlyFans that says 1 foot performance.
Okay, good. I had a feeling, but I'm kind of like ABS. I'm trying to find where the line is. Sometimes I'm over, sometimes I'm under.
Well, the problem is we're all vets, so we're usually like way over the line.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm just trying not to get locked up.
Yeah. Your subscription to OF is paying him to not send you content.
Right. I tell people I have a reverse OnlyFans where you send me money to keep my clothes on.
Well, there.
Yep.
But yeah, and we have a big poker run ride. We call it the Hootenanny. The whole point of that is that county, that's the area I come from. It's really poor and stuff. And we raise money to pay for all the senior graduation in the town. So that way all the seniors don't have to worry about finding money to graduate from high school. We pay for it.
It's awesome.
That is.
I've never been a part of that before.
Yeah, so they've tried to make last year really hard, and they say that way nobody could actually finish. Like, you try to do as many stops as you can. There was 30-some stops.
It was like 30 or 31, something like that.
Yeah, and of course, the person with the high score wins. And you could do a bonus point last year if you got a tattoo on top of doing the stops. Well, Jake and I was the only one that did. I finished every stop and got the tattoo.
Wow. Oh, look at that. How cool.
Jake got a tattoo that says Hells.
The Hellbender, baby.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the whole point of the Hellbender too, is the loop to raise money.
I finished every stop.
You finished every stop, but
I didn't get the tattoo.
yeah. I literally said Jake and I was the only one who finished every stop and got the tattoo. Oh my gosh! But yeah, it's going to be a bigger time. The cool thing is the guy that actually puts it on next year he is the mayor of the town, so I don't have to worry about the cops getting on to me again for doing burnouts and stuff.
Yeah, I can see that.
And we were having an unsanctioned moonshine tasting in the street. So,
oh, nice.
Oh yeah, good time.
I haven't had any moonshine since 2014.
Yeah, we're like, we got moonshine. Next thing you know, there's like all kinds of people. We'll try mine. We'll try mine. So you had a moonshine tasting. Everybody's trying everybody's moonshine.
It's way better than Old Smoky.
You know what's
Nah.
funny?
Old Smoky's not moonshine.
Exactly.
You can buy it in the store. It ain't shine.
No. If you can't ride home on it, it's not shine.
My father-in-law had a friend that worked in a water treatment facility. It was his job to clean it. So they'd clean it with their chemicals and stuff, and they'd run other things through it. And like the last thing they'd run through it is alcohol. So right before they did that, he ran his shine through it. That stuff was smooth. I drank about a half gallon of it one night. It was good times. I put everybody else under the table. My wife looked at me and she went, "The hell is wrong with you? You're not even slurring your words." And my dad's about passed out. My brother's blacked out. And mom went to bed 2 hours ago. What the hell's wrong with you? And I said, "Honey, I'm Irish, German, Scottish, and English. If you can distill it, I can drink it." And then she shut up.
But it was a good time. We had a huge turnout, and this year we're going to crank it up even more, so.
Well, let me know when it is.
I will. I'll have it posted. I'm trying to get as many people to come down, hang out with us. So I got another question for everybody. Do you guys like big events, like a big rally, or do you guys like a smaller event, like VAM or something?
Small event.
I like vendors, so I like big events.
I like the big events because you can see more people that you know throughout social media.
I give you that. I like the small events because, like, every night at the hotel at VAM, we'd all sit around, those of us staying there, and we'd shoot the shit for 2-3 hours, having a good time. Some people brought libations, but it was great to just sit around and tell stories.
What about you, Jake?
I'm just trying to do it all because I'm still getting into the whole thing. So, I mean,
Jake says he's
going
not
to
going to Daytona. It's too far to ride for him.
no. Well, actually, this Daytona hopefully should be better because I went up right after. Let's see, I bought my Sporty in October, and then I went up in March, and I didn't really do a whole lot. I went and walked around Destination Daytona because that was all I knew, and I walked over around back behind Cabbage Patch. So I guess that's Cackleberry. I didn't go with anybody. I didn't know anybody. I had no idea what I was doing. I stayed at the Daytona 200 Motorcycle Club's campground for one night, and that was it. So, I'm looking forward to redoing Daytona on a more grand scale. But
You're with the
also,
big crowd, man.
yeah, with real friends who know where to be and when to be there and who to talk to.
Oh,
Um,
we know where to be now. We're going to be
yeah,
at F. We're going OF is going to be the hot spot.
OF Performance, baby.
but then like doing the hootenanny was freaking awesome. A lot of good folks up there. Just a cool little town. Getting to ride twisties, which is not a Florida thing. Everybody knows that. So, um, I'm just trying to do it all right now until I figure out what it is that I actually like.
Well, I can guarantee you this. You come to Daytona, you hang out with Hells and all the other guys that you met on the YouTube here, you will definitely have a good time.
I'll be there.
I could say that my best night I had in Daytona, I actually had two of them. Hanging out and drinking with Monkey, which left me the next day a hurt unit. My liver was in pain, but that's okay. I had a great time. And then the night that Tweedle, Hells, and I, and Crystal, and everybody, we all hung out down at the Cackleberry. That was a great, great evening. It was
Jello
a lot
shots.
of fun. Oh, hell yeah. It was a lot of fun. And to me, that made the whole rally for me.
That's what I'm saying. That's going to be fun, especially with us got our OF stuff, getting people come in, see it, take care of people, and the location because we're right there. Beaver Bar's across the road, Boot Hill, Iron Horse. Like we're in the trifecta. Like literally walk everywhere.
So is H2 going to be doing suspension installs or will it be suspension technologies?
So suspension tech will be at Teddy Morse, and H2 will be at OF.
So I'm going to OF.
Yeah.
Just get my suspension ready. Tell them to fucking light a fire under them, man. That bike needs suspension, and it needs it bad.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. You and me both.
Well, what are you waiting for? Go to rideh2.com. Get your suspension. Or come to a rally near you.
Got it on a tab right here. Ride H2.
RideH2.com.
I got to get my sugar mama to save up some more money.
Tell her to get a second job.
Well,
There's several of those down in the village, you know.
well, on the website we do have payment plans that you can sign up for.
I'll let her know. I don't pay for anything, man. Don't you remember my wife bought my bike?
Well, if you tell her now, you can use promo code Tweedle for 10% off.
I'm taking notes.
He says 10% off, but it really means he's going to add 10%.
No, they
Yeah.
I don't have no access to that system, so don't be blaming me.
They add, you put the discount code Tweedle, it goes up 20%, then they take the 10% off.
Yeah.
Nah, man, I'm doing everything I can to build this. So no, it's 10% off. I believe in this product. I've ran this product. I've worked with them to develop other products.
Hell, it survived you.
Like, I love it.
Am I right?
What?
That suspension has survived you.
Yes. It's literally like the only part that has survived me that I've ever used.
Not the paint. Your paint survived you.
Yeah, it's still surviving.
Sort of.
It just needs a good buffing and it'll sparkle up again.
Yeah, that's what she said.
But I'm saying when it comes to like the performance side, making it ride better, or anything like that, yes, the suspension is the only thing that has survived me. So that's a testimony. Yeah, that's a testimony.
Well, your transmission has survived.
I just haven't talked about it.
Oh, okay.
He's getting a Baker.
No, we've actually had problems with Bakers lately.
Bakers have been known to grenade as quick, if not quicker, than the stock transmissions.
Oh,
yeah. We actually have a thing in house that we do with our transmissions now that's been surviving. So that's it. So if you don't know, that's the cool thing about OF. We have all of our own machining, engineer on staff, everything. So we do a lot of stuff in house. So we just do cool shit. I mean, I got a lot of stuff I want to tell you guys, but I can't tell you guys. That's coming. But it's cool shit.
That's right. Everybody turn your ears off. You tell me else. It's okay.
We'll wait till we're all in the green room.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff coming out of that shop that we've been working on.
Soft tail suspension.
Well, it's.
Hey, I'm right there with you, Doc. I'm still waiting to.
Well, you got to think about it. That's why I was bringing it up in my little segments tonight. Is as much as we aggravate some of these traditionalists or different styles of riders, a lot of the stuff that we do, when I say we as the industry in the performance side, carries over to the stuff that they're buying because the people are saying it works. It's a better way. It's a better product. And they're taking it and putting it over into their world.
Because stock suspension is just garbage.
I can attest to that.
Yes. That's just one of those things. I mean, they did take a good swing at it with the new CVO. I'll give them credit. They took a good swing at it, but they still missed it.
That adjuster sticking out on the left side by the saddlebag is hideous. Aesthetically,
I don't like the whole bike, so
it is. Maybe it might be one of those things that's going to grow on us because
you know what? I wasn't a big fan of the new CVO Road Glide until I saw it in person, and I could tell you, man, it is one sweet looking bike. And granted, yeah, I looked at the Whiskey Neat, and boy, that's a beautiful color.
Well,
really is.
my thing is, I even admitted this in the dealership, is some stuff I'm a traditionalist, as in a Harley needs to look like a Harley. So when something new comes out, yeah, I'm just not going to be a fan. It's going to have to grow on me. And prime example is when they changed the style of the road glides. They went from the old round to the new, more square on the ones that we ride now. I wasn't a fan of them for a long
It went
time.
from the ugliest road glides, the ugliest motorcycle ever made, to a better looking road glide.
So it's, I don't know. I think when it comes more of a common style, then will probably be more acceptable to the way it looks.
Mhm.
It'll be interesting to see in the next 3 to 4 years, will that trickle down to the specials?
I hope so.
Well, yeah.
Well, didn't the 114 do that? The 114 started out in the CVO, and then it was in the specials a couple years later or something.
The 117. That
The 17.
It was the 117 that was in the CVOs, and just last year it started to trickle down into some of the bikes like the ST line, Road Glide, Street Glide, and Lowrider, and now it's on all the specials to include some of the soft tails.
Right. I think it's in a breakout.
Yep.
Yeah. It eventually trickles down. I mean, what's the Euro? What is it? What are we on? Euro 5, and they're going to Euro 6. So with the emissions, they'll have to run the VVT on the non-CVO line. So it'll trickle down then.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm keeping my bike.
Yep. I'll tell you what, my 114 runs just fine.
My 117 runs perfect now.
Mine runs good. Just the lifters. They make noises.
They like to chatter.
Just pretend it's a Hemi.
Oh,
Hey, my Hemi don't make no damn noise.
My Hemi taps.
That's because your exhaust manifold studs are broke. And it's an
Actually-
exhaust leak.
actually,
Ask me how I know.
Shut up, Tweedle.
On a brand new truck? Yeah, I guess
Hey,
that
look,
one's,
you don't believe me.
now I have to go check it.
So it don't sound like that. It sounds like an old Cummins diesel.
Oh no, that's bad.
Yeah, I always say I had the first Harley diesel because it did it.
You know, it's funny you mentioned lifter noise and stuff because years ago I bought a Kawasaki Vulcan Vaquero, and the salesman walks out with me to fire it up for the first time, and he goes, "Now, mind you, this engine's cold. It's going to sound like a Singer sewing machine for about 10 seconds." And I fired it up, and sure as shit, it sounded like a damn sewing machine. I was like, all right. He goes, "That's normal. Don't worry about it."
Well, for my motor, it's normal.
Not for mine.
Doc, I don't want to hear about it. Oh man,
Baseball sounds good.
You need a flamethrower on the back of Spaceball.
No, I don't want to melt my bags.
Now, you need a flamethrower involved with that bike. Spaceball's the flamethrower. The kids will love it.
John, it's funny because, I'm working on that project build for the Support Homeless Vets, the 60s style chopper. I was thinking of welding in a bung back there running like a Bridget Stratton spark plug. We're at, half to 3/4 throttle on a momentary switch that it completes a circuit to send spark out the back so you could shoot flames out the tailpipe.
Nice.
Hey, I
love
sent
it.
you a good donor.
Yeah, and if they want cash for it, I'm looking to get it donated.
Well, talk to your peoples. Maybe they can hook you up with some cash to get it donated. Yeah, it looks like a pretty damn solid bike to me. That's why I sent it to you.
I got
I know
about 400 cash right now towards buying parts for that bike, so which ain't a lot.
All right. Well, it's been a couple hours. You guys stay on. We're going in the green room. Everybody else, thanks for coming by. Drop in the comments if you like this. If you want me to do it again, tell me. If you don't want me to do a live show like this again, tell me.
Do it again.
Do it again. Doc's already saying.
Don't do it again.
Do it again.
You can
Maybe.
do
All right,
it.
I've been outvoted.
So, all right, you guys stay here. Everybody else, have a good weekend. Do everything. I normally say don't do what I do, but now I need you guys to do what I do. So, do what I do. Have some fun. You only live once.
YOLO.
So,
Hooligan stuff.
oh my! Did you just say yo? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! All right, you guys be good. We'll see you later.
Later.
See ya.